is English in the Old World. One of the defining features of dialect in the Old World, the United Kingdom and Republic of Ireland, is how many regional varieties there are: Cockney, Geordie, Doric, and Hiberno English. Old English in England. Old English in England divided into two zones are North with and South and the Black Country. Examples of linguistic features that distinguish the dialects in North and South. Love, pronounced love in the North, while it is now love in the South. Butter, pronounced butter and changed to butter. The change described are examples of changes that happen in the South but not in the North. Black Country dialect. First, Scotland. It may be thought the source of variation is mainly the influence of the Gaelic indigenous languages, but little of Gaelic influence can be traced. Some of the main reasons are: first, innovation that have developed over time in Scotland. Example: Gate is the past tense of go. Second, retention from older form of English. Old is Old English but in the South was changed into Old. Dialect Doric is a variety spoken in Buckie, a small fishing town in the north coast. Second, Old English in Wales. Till the start of 18th century, the majority of the people in the Wales spoke Welsh. Dialects in the south are said to have strong affinities with dialects in the southwest of England and West Midlands. English in Ireland. The northern area is divided further into three major dialect regions. They are Ulster Scots, derived from lowland Scots settlers; Mid-Ulster English, derived from settlers coming largely from northern England; and a variety spoken in the west arising from Older English.
English in the New World. New World English, such as American English, Australian English, and New Zealand English, all have their origins in British and Irish varieties of English. English in the USA. History of colonies goes back to 1607, the first colony in Jamestown, Virginia, followed by Plymouth, Massachusetts in 1670. The process of linguistics, mixing and blending the marked forms, which are unusual, disappear in favor of unmarked forms, those which are shared by a large number of dialects. Grammatical variation, such as she, sick, absence of a copula or linking verb, compare she is sick. Phonological examples include I asked him for money. Use of metathesis, where consonant order is switched. And next, English in the Australian and New Zealand. English came to Australia and New Zealand relatively late. In the 18th century, most of them were convinced. Settlement in New Zealand in 1800s come upon agreement between Maori chiefs and the British Crown. Different exist, such as fish and chips, fish and chips in Australia, and fish and chips in New Zealand.
New Englishes in Africa and Asia. New Englishes are second language variety of English which have been separated vigorously in many countries of the world, mostly in post-colonial contact and primarily in Asia and Africa. Since the early 1918s, the term New Englishes has been used for non-native variety of English spoken in former colonies of England, chiefly in South Asia, Southeast Asia, West Africa, and East Africa. The essential difference between this variety and those in countries like the United States or Australia is that they don't derive from settler English, i.e. there has been no transmission of native speaker English across the generations. New Englishes show a strong influence of the background language spoken in a region, e.g. of Hokkien Chinese, Malay, or Tamil in Singapore. Due to language and education policy, New Englishes have virtually become native speaker variety of English, e.g. in Singapore, and will most probably continue to expand given to rule of English on an international level and its role as a lingua franca in countries with many native languages which are virtually incomprehensible, e.g. in Nigeria or in India. When the British first arrived in India in the early 1600s and soon established trading posts in the city, that is necessary to use language. So, in that period, English was only taught to the local population through the work of Christian missionaries. Although the population of India have some competence in English, but it remains like a second language, remain influence of India.
English-related varieties, Pidgin and Creole is one of the varieties of English, so I will tell about the Bislama. Bislama is an English-based Creole language related to the Solomon Islands and Papua New Guinea. Pidgin is spoken in Solomon Islands. Tok Pisin is spoken in Papua New Guinea. Is a national language in the Republic of Vanuatu and one of the three official languages of this country, along with English and French. The vast majority of Bislama words come from English and the rest come from French, or native language of Vanuatu. However, because of the first step of their development, including morphology, phonology, lexics, and grammar. They are a goldmine for linguistic research. So, the first I will tell about the morphology. Morphological diversity, such as using dual form of pronoun in addition to singular and plural form. Example, the word me. It means I or me. Mitufala. It means the two of us. Mitfala. It means we. In the term of lexics, the lexifier language is usually the superstrate, the language of power. In the case of Bislama, it is English. Example, the word walk. It means work. Go back is go back. Talk is talk. Although some of the lexics may originate from the native language or substrate. For example, in Polynesian language, the word kai kai, it means food or eat. Pidgin have a relatively small vocabulary, so they often recur to polysemy where a word adopts multiple meanings such as grass. Grass belongs head. Something go out of the head. It means hair. Grass belongs face. Something go out of the face. It means beard. Grass belongs salwara. Something go in the sea. It means seaweed. The term of phonology. Pidgin and Creoles may have fewer sounds when compared to the input language. Example, in the Bislama, the word finish become finish, lunch become lunch. In the term of grammar, verb tense is used by additional word instead of change to the verb. I been come, where been marks, the simple tense, it means he came. I don't came. Where done mark, the perfect tense, it means he has come. I go come. Where go mark, the future tense, he will come. Syntactic complexity. Example, in Tok Pisin, spoken in Papua New Guinea, the form I am is used to indicate that verb transitive. The example, I read, it means he is reading. I read in book, it means he is reading a book. And the last, another feature common of Pidgin and Creoles is CV, consonant vowel syllable. The first, syllable with only vowel at the beginning of word may be omitted. Example, American become American. The second, vowel may be inserted between consonants. The example, sick become sickis. And the last, consonant cluster may be avoided. Example, bandage become banished.
Expanded circle context English has been seen as having different status from that in the inner and outer circle that is learned primarily as a French language and non-dependent. English is now used as lingua franca in countries where English doesn't have official status. For example, English is now used in Finland, even in situations where all interlocutors speak Finn. The national language is also spoken in parts of Asia, such as China and Japan, which is not former British colony. Linguists for Asia say two characteristics Euro-English are, for the most part, is the systematic use and speakers still claim to be oriented to native speaker or international norm. Expanding circle context is the influence of English on local languages and in turn to the influence of local languages on English through use of longer and code switching.